Alright, this is the last section for Unit 13. This is 13.4. It's on volume. So on this video, we're going to be looking at volume for prisms, cubes, and cylinders. So first, I'm going to start with two prisms. The formulas for volume, I gave them to you on your formula sheet. So for example 1, I have a prism. I'm going to be using the formula for volume, area of the base times height. So for volume, I need area of the base times height. So I need to find out the area of the base and the height of the prism. So height of the prism, if you remember, it's always the distance between the two bases. So I'm going to say this front face is the base, and this is the back base. So the distance between them is that 12. So this is the height of my prism. So 12. B stands for area of the base. And so my base is a rectangle. And so formula for the area of a rectangle is base times height. So base for my purple rectangle is 8. And the height for my purple rectangle is 4. So 8 times 4 is 32. And then now that I have my height and the area of the base, now I can find volume. I just have to plug those numbers in. So for B, area is 32 and H is 12. So I multiply 32 times 12 and I get 384. So my volume is 384 meters cubed. So area is squared, volume is cubed. Okay, so that's a prism, rectangular prism. Example 2, it's a little bit different because I have a prism, but this time it's a hexagonal prism because the base is a hexagon. So for example 2, my base, I'm going to outline it. Here's my base. It's a hexagon. So the distance between the front base and the back base is 10. That's my height. Area of the base. So now I want to figure out this. That's my base. So that's a hexagon. That's a regular polygon. So the area for a regular polygon is NSA divided by 2. So N is the number of sides, hexagon, so it's 6 sides. S is the side length, it's right here, that's 4. A is the apothem, which is this dotted line right here, and I don't have that. I'm going to have to solve for that. So I'm going to leave a space right here. And then divided by 2. So I gotta find the apothem. So for that, we have to go back to using trigonometry. So I'm gonna create, this is my apothem, that line right there. I'm gonna create a right triangle by connecting the center of the polygon to the vertex. That's a right triangle. And so this angle right here, if you remember, for a 6-sided shape is 30 degrees. We learned that back in Unit 10, I think it was. And so this line right here is half of the 4, so it's 2. So I have my angle and opposite of my angle. So it's O and A. I'm using tangent. So tangent of 30 degrees equals opposite, which is 2, over adjacent, which is the apothem that I'm looking for. And so I'm having to solve for A. And so to solve for A, I gotta get rid of that fraction. So I'm gonna multiply by A so that it cancels, and then I gotta do it on the other side. I'm gonna multiply by A here. And so now I have A times the tangent of 30 equals 2. But remember, I need a by itself, so I need to get rid of that tangent of 30. And so the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'm going to divide by the tangent of 30 so that it cancels. And I got to do it on both sides. So I'm going to divide this side by tangent of 30. So now a is by itself, and in my calculator, you need to make sure your calculator is in degree mode, and then you will type 2 divided by tangent of 30, and that gives you 3.46 when you round to the nearest 100. So that 3.46 is going to go right here. 3.46. And so I multiply 6 times 4 times 3.46, then divide by 2, and I get 41.52. So that's my area of my base, 41.52. And then for my volume, it's the same. It's still a prism, so the formula doesn't change. The formula is still area of the base times the height of the prism. So area of the base is 41.52, and then the height is 10. So when I multiply those two numbers, I get 415.2. And again, it's volume, so it's inches cubed. Okay. So that's for prisms. Example 3 is a cube, and so cubes are pretty easy, just like whenever we did surface area for cubes, they were really easy. Same thing for volume. So example 3, I have a cube with a side length of 7, so that's the S, 7 inches. And the formula for the volume of a cube, you can find it in your formula sheets, is S cubed. So all I'm doing is I'm replacing the S with the 7, and then I'm cubing it. So it's 7 times 7 times 7, and I get 343. Okay, so cubes are super easy. And then the last one is a cylinder. So cylinders have a different formula for volume. If you look back into your formula sheets, here's my cylinder. It is pi r squared, which is the area of the base, and then times the height. So back to example 4. Formula for volume is pi r squared times the height. Okay, so I need the radius of my circle, which is 3, and then I need the height of my cylinder, which is 10, and all I have to do now is plug it into my formula. So in my formula, I have pi times the radius, which is 3 squared, and then times the height, which is 10. Okay, so I'm expressing my answers in terms of pi. That means I'm not going to multiply my numbers. My pi, I'm only going to multiply my numbers. So 3 squared, that's 9, times 10, that's 90. So I have 90 pi. And so that's my answer for volume, 90 pi feet cubed.